Well, folks, what do we have here? Looks like a Cub Cadet with no motor. Yeah, I was out mowing the lawn the other night. It's pretty hot, and I was running it pretty hard because I had to get the thing mowed, and she seized up on me. So I pulled that motor and got it in my basement now, and I'm tearing it down and rebuild it. Just another unexpected project here at the old Farmitecture headquarters. So I'll update you probably with some, not gonna do it all in one week, so be bits of the video put together here with bits and pieces. So see you in a few, folks. Well, folks, here it is. This 14 horse Kohler out of that Cub Cadet. I've got it, been pulling it apart. See how grimy and greasy it was. I think the thing probably overheated. So much grease packed into those air-cooled fins there that she wasn't cooling very good, and just getting hotter and hotter, I think. But I did find after pulling the head off of it here that I don't think the piston seized, and the piston looks in good shape yet. So I'm thinking it might be the connecting rod where it attaches to the crankshaft. So I drained the oil out of it here. Got this little makeshift work stand here, and oil down there just drained out of it a bit ago, and I'm gonna pull this oil pan off the bottom of this thing and check it out. So I'll give you an update in a few. I'll see you in a bit, folks. Hey folks, just wanted to mention I've good chance to rebuild this carburetor now that I've got this engine torn down. Actually thinking about rebuilding as much as I can on this motor since I'm tearing it down, before I put it back in the Cub out there. I pulled this carburetor off, and I'm going to dunk it in. I've picked up one of these gallon cans of carburetor cleaner here. Dunk it in there and rebuild that. I got a rebuild kit for this as well, so needed to be done. So not that I'm happy this thing seized up, but it's making me do some work. It's been overdue. Alright folks, catch you in a few. Okay folks, I got this 14 horse Kohler all drained out. I'm ready to pull this pan off the bottom here. I've got 4 bolts, and hopefully that'll reveal what I'm thinking it may be a connecting rod issue. So I'm about to break this baby open. I'll see you in a few. Well, here it is, folks. Got this Kohler pulled apart. Amazing, you know, the thing is 1974. Looks like brand new inside of this crankcase. So, man, look at the unbelievable. Looks like it would just come off the manufacturer's floor. Well, I'm gonna see what I can find out here. I'll loosen that. I'm going to loosen that connecting rod up and see if that's it. I guess it's either that or the crank bearings. There's one on each side, I believe. That's seized up, because I don't think that piston's seized. But I guess if I can loosen those connecting rod bolts right there, and then check it out. Alright folks, I'll see you in a bit. Well folks, check it out. All I did was loosen those, I don't know if you can see those 2 bolts. There's one there and one there on that end of that connecting rod. Loosen them up a bit, and look what we've got. So it looks like that was the culprit. So now I've got to figure out what I need to do about what I need to replace there. So I'm going to pull that off. check it out. Okay folks, thankfully that's all that's wrong. The bearings seem pretty good still, so don't know if I'll replace the bearings. That would entail pulling that crankshaft, so for now I think I'm just going to fix that connecting rod. I don't know, maybe I should put a new piston in it too, but or new rings at least, since I got it pulled apart. So yeah, if you got any input out there folks, try to get this video up before I order the parts, and maybe you can give me some input. Alright, talk to you in a few. Well folks, there's that 1974 cylinder piston. These cylinder walls, cast iron, seem, boy, pretty smooth. So I feel a little bit of a ridge maybe at the top here, but I wonder if I should put some new rings on that piston while I got it pulled down. But I don't know. Those valves look pretty good. Any Cub Cadet fans out there want to give me some input on that? If I should replace more than actually, I don't even know if I need to replace this connecting rod. There's a little bit of I can see some aluminum on there, like it got too hot, and I had oil in it though, so I don't understand what's going on there. But I was cutting on a bit of a slope. That's the only thing. I was mowing lawn on a slope out there, but so I don't know if that would make oil go to one side of that block or not. But it's hardly any. I see a little bit of alumina on there. I could probably clean that up with some fine sandpaper, but appreciate some feedback from you folks if you got any. Maybe 500s out there. I know he'll tell me just rip that whole thing down and repaint it, rebuild it while I got it apart, but which is probably the right thing to do. But you know, it's a good practice pulling these things apart every once in a while, so maybe I get by this time without rebuilding the whole thing totally. Okay folks, I'll catch up with you later.